The Los Angeles Lakers are experiencing one of their most thrilling openings in recent memory. And although the return of 40-year-old LeBron James has reignited excitement throughout the fan base, the real engine behind the team's early surge has been Luka Doncic. His dominant start has completely altered expectations in Los Angeles and has placed the franchise back into legitimate championship discussions. From the very first game of the season, Doncic has performed at a level that seems almost unreal. Even after missing 3 contests due to a sprained left finger and a lower leg bruise, he came back without losing a step. Night after night, he produces displays that leave fans, analysts, and even opponents amazed. Not out of disbelief, but out of respect for the greatness unfolding right in front of them. Across 12 games, Doncic is averaging 34.5 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 8.9 assists. Yet those numbers alone can't fully describe the control he exerts on each matchup. He dictates tempo, breaks down defensive game plans, and continually raises the level of the Lakers' supporting cast through his superior playmaking. His vision, patience, and ability to manufacture efficient shots from difficult situations separate him from everyone else on the court. What makes it even more remarkable is that he has done all of this while shooting a career-low 31% from beyond the arc. For opposing teams, the frightening truth is simple. If his three-point efficiency returns to its normal mark, the Lakers' offense becomes far more explosive. Predictably, Doncic's historic beginning has pushed him squarely into the early MVP conversation. Only Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic, winners of the past 2 MVP awards, currently sit above him in the odds. For someone just 8 seasons into his NBA career, this level of consistency and influence shows how firmly he is establishing himself among the league's elite. The most astonishing detail comes straight from official league statistics. With over 400 points and 100 assists through his first 12 games, Doncic is now the first player in NBA history to surpass both marks that early in a season. Not even legends such as Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, or LeBron James ever reached that combination so quickly. And despite all of this, Doncic believes the team still has far more room to grow. He notes that both he and Austin Reeves are shooting far below their typical percentages from long range, something he fully expects will improve as the year progresses. "Obviously, I think me and AR haven't hit a shot this season," Doncic joked to the Los Angeles Times. "I'm not worried at all. Once we start making shots, we're going to be really tough to guard." The Lakers' new system under head coach J.J. Redick has also contributed to Doncic's freedom on the court. Redick's focus on spacing, movement, and smart decision-making has opened new layers of the offense. It blends Doncic's creativity with LeBron's experience and basketball intelligence, creating one of the most dangerous tandems in the league, a combination of youthful dominance and veteran mastery. Yet for Doncic, this season is about more than personal awards or statistical milestones. His motivation runs deeper. It reflects his desire to carry forward the legacy of the franchise he now represents. "Kobe brought so many championships here. LeBron brought a championship here. I want to be the next one," he said during an interview with Snoop Dogg. He recalled meeting Kobe and later playing alongside LeBron, explaining how, as a kid in Slovenia, his only dream was to play basketball and simply reach the NBA. Now he finds himself sharing the floor with one of the greatest to ever play. His comments show both humility and ambition, traits that align perfectly with what it means to wear a Lakers uniform. He understands the significance of representing the purple and gold, and he welcomes the responsibility of trying to bring another title to Los Angeles. Statistically, he is already on pace to chase one of the franchise's most historic benchmarks. Kobe Bryant's single-season scoring total of 2,832 points. That number represents more than a record. It symbolizes relentless determination and elite offensive skill. The fact that Doncic is even approaching that level speaks volumes about the performance he is delivering. For Lakers fans, the excitement goes far beyond box score numbers or highlight plays. It is about watching a superstar enter his prime, someone capable of carrying the present team and shaping its future. It is the thrill of witnessing a player who respects the legends who came before him while working to establish a legacy of his own. Doncic hasn't simply started strong, he is crafting one of the greatest opening stretches in team history. If he continues to play at this pace, the question won't be whether he can take the Lakers to the postseason, but how deep he can push them once they arrive. The Lakers have found their new engine, their new cornerstone, their new hope, and his name is Luka Doncic. While Doncic continues to shoulder the offensive burden with historic efficiency, the team recently gained another major boost: the long-awaited return of LeBron James. His presence has already shifted the atmosphere around the organization. After missing the first 14 games of the season with a lower back injury, the 40-year-old superstar finally returned last Tuesday, bringing leadership, steadiness, and seasoned experience back to the lineup. His comeback wasn't merely another milestone in his storied career, it served as a symbolic moment for a franchise trying to establish its identity early in the season. James wasted no time making history. In the November 18th victory against Utah, he became the first player ever to begin a 23rd NBA season. Even for someone accustomed to breaking long-standing records, this achievement highlighted his unmatched longevity, durability, and commitment. In his first 2 games back, both in a home-and-home series versus the Jazz, James averaged 14 points, 10 assists, and 4.5 rebounds while playing roughly 32 minutes per night. His playmaking, control of tempo, and ability to guide the rhythm of the offense instantly restored order to a Lakers squad that had already been gaining momentum without him. Head coach J.J. Redick emphasized exactly that. He praised James for his discipline, his willingness to keep the ball moving, and the way he allowed the game to come naturally to him. Redick pointed out that James didn't force drives or hunt for shots. Instead, he focused on lifting his teammates, a signature trait that has defined his style for 2 decades. However, James didn't hide the physical challenges he has been dealing with. Missing training camp, the preseason, and the early portion of the schedule left him in a position he rarely experiences, trying to play catch-up. He admitted that these first minutes back have tested him more than he expected. Following the win in Utah, he spoke candidly about his conditioning, explaining that he has felt winded during stretches, and that no amount of practice, scrimmages, or drills can truly replicate the demands of an NBA game. He said his body feels strong, but his basketball stamina still needs time to fully return. He also acknowledged that making his comeback in Utah, where the altitude often challenges visiting teams, only added to the adjustment. Even with that, James made it clear that returning to top form is a gradual process he fully accepts. He expects to improve with every appearance and believes his conditioning will steadily rise to the standard he sets for himself. Meanwhile, the Lakers have quietly become one of the league's most consistent teams. They've won 4 straight games, climbed toward the upper tier of the Western Conference, and begun to display the defensive focus and offensive connection Redick has preached since the preseason. James's return strengthens that foundation, providing stability both on and off the floor. For him, these early games essentially function as a delayed training camp. Without participating in team drills, preseason matchups, or full practices, he missed the usual period when players work out timing, spacing, and chemistry. Now, every game doubles as another step toward restoring that base. He described the past week as his own crash course training camp. an accelerated effort to rebuild chemistry, adjust to NBA speed, and regain internal rhythm. He may not be at peak form yet, but his presence alone alters the team's identity. His voice, command, and ability to slow the game during crucial moments give the Lakers a sense of control they lacked without him. What's clear is that LeBron is easing his way back with the same professionalism that has defined his entire career. He isn't rushing, isn't forcing plays, and isn't pretending the transition is easy. He's meeting the challenge directly, fully aware that once his conditioning matches his expectations, the Lakers will become a far more dangerous team in the West. As the Lakers build momentum on the court, the front office has also been active behind the scenes. The organization recently made another roster adjustment, reflecting both short-term needs and long-term planning. The team signed forward Drew Timm to a two-way contract, and to create space, they waived Christian Koloko. This move didn't come as a surprise. Reports throughout the weekend suggested the Lakers were leaning toward giving Timmy a shot, and the decision was confirmed shortly after. It signals that the team continues to evaluate its depth, especially in the front court, as the season settles into its early rhythm. Timma earned this opportunity after delivering a string of impressive performances with the South Bay Lakers. He wasn't just good, he was consistently productive, something that often pushes developmental players into NBA consideration. On Friday, he delivered one of his most complete games, 18 points on 7 for 10 shooting and 14 rebounds, helping South Bay secure a win. 2 days later, he followed with a team-leading 22 points in the rematch. These weren't isolated flashes. They were part of a steady pattern showing confidence, reliability, and a strong understanding of his role. Koloko, on the other hand, leaves with a different narrative. He joined the Lakers last season as a developmental prospect they hoped would become a meaningful contributor. There were brief moments, quick rotations, timely blocks, flashes of defensive presence, but they came inconsistently. In 37 games last season, he averaged 2.4 points and 2.5 rebounds, demonstrating potential but also showing how far he still needed to progress. This year, Koloko had not played any meaningful minutes with the Lakers. His first action of the season came just this past weekend in the G League, where he had a 5-point outing on Saturday and a 12-point, 14-rebound performance on Sunday. It was solid, but not enough to change the franchise's long-term direction. Timma, at 6 feet 9 inches, doesn't offer the same defensive profile as Koloko, yet he brings energy, efficient scoring near the basket, and strong rebounding instincts, qualities the Lakers clearly valued. With the team already holding adequate depth at center, the front office had flexibility to make a switch without disrupting roster structure. This move continues a trend for the Lakers, using two-way contracts to test rising talent, reward standout G League play, and maintain roster freedom throughout the season. Timma now joins Nick Smith Jr. and Chris Nwokeji as the team's current two-way players. For Timma, the contract represents a chance to earn a role with an organization that values effort, adaptability, and consistent execution. For the Lakers, it's another calculated decision aimed at strengthening a roster they believe will need depth during the long season ahead. It's a fresh opportunity for one player, a new beginning for another, and a clear signal from the franchise that they intend to fine-tune every part of the roster as the season moves forward.